Sup and welcome to the Run in Wrestling podcast, episode number 4. And before we get into it, make sure you're checking out all of our multiple social medias, Run in Wrestling everywhere, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and of course, where you're probably listening to this, on YouTube or watching, because that's what you do on YouTube. And live from the Run in Studios in Kent, I am Ryan Beak.
See the line where the sky meets the sea, it calls me, and no one knows how far it goes. I'm Matt, by the way. Hi. I was on Jimmy Fallon last night. Sung that song. Hi.
From the Run in Studios in Leicester, you flew back from America.
From New York, very quickly.
If anyone hasn't seen this yet, so this podcast is going to go out on a Saturday. We're recording this on a Friday. Of course, Triple H and Stephanie McMahon faced the New Day on Jimmy Fallon for lip sync last night, and it was the best thing I've ever seen in wrestling ever.
I woke up to it. It is seriously the best thing I've ever seen. It was beautiful. I immediately woke my girlfriend up just to be like, look at this. It was just great.
Can I just say, have you got the lyrics to that song in front of you, or did you already know them?
I had the lyrics up.
I haven't. It's from Moana, isn't it? Moana,
yeah.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it, but because I worked at a cinema and I now work in a new cinema. Like, I heard the Moana soundtrack so many times over the PA system, so I kind of learned a few of the lyrics anyway for like "You're Welcome," which is the best goddamn song in the world. Let's face it. Dwayne Johnson is like Justin Bieber can eat his heart out.
Fair enough, yeah. Right. So, happy Rusev Day to you, my friend.
Happy Rusev Day.
So, before we get into it, if you do want to support us, just click the subscribe button on YouTube. It will help us out a lot, especially now that YouTube has changed all of their laws. Obviously, they've had the Adpocalypse, like 8.0 now, I think it is, because of the whole Jake Paul video. Do you know about this?
Paul Logan in it.
Paul Logan, yeah.
I know about the Paul Logan situation, about how he recorded someone who had hung themselves in the suicide forest in Japan, but that's all I really know about why YouTube has changed all that.
So now more adverts are sort of putting out, meaning less adverts on YouTube, and YouTube are in a way making it harder for smaller creators to work their way up because they're getting less adverts. And in a way, it's good, but it's bad. It's good for if you're big and deserve the adverts, but it gets rid of all of these channels that post other people's content as well. So,
you know what will happen? Like, it'll be like WWE. Like, WWE will be YouTube will be the big dog and just like make sure no one else is going to take over. But like, then the independent creators will come out of nowhere and make YouTube its bitch again.
Hopefully something comes out of this. That's the thing. This is why I was actually watching someone else who created an Adpocalypse, Mr. PewDiePie, obviously for what he said and what he's done on his videos. But he was saying how like no one's tried to recreate YouTube in a way because no one can get it right, and it's just like, yeah, that's understandable.
Anyway,
we're going off topic.
We're not here to talk about YouTube. We're here to talk about Run in Wrestling and WWE, New Japan, anything wrestling related.
So the podcast number 4, it is called This Week in Wrestling, or as I like to call it, Phew.
Phew.
So if you're listening to this, it probably sounds really weird when we're all just sitting there going, Phew. But it's fun to say.
Phew.
This Week in Wrestling.
It's a little bit fun. Yeah. Well, This Week in Wrestling, like, I just want to just put out there, like, Scotty Rourke still hasn't accepted my challenge from last week. Like,
okay.
Like,
come on, Scotty. Scotty, beam me up. Where are you, Scotty?
Like, long-time friend, long-time rival, and yet he still can't get back to me.
So let's start off in the world of wrestling. Where do you want to go to first?
I will admit I've been avoiding news articles this week. I don't really read articles. I watch like Cultaholic, What Culture, Wrestle Talk TV, and obviously in their videos they talk about multiple topics.
Shout,
So I've been
shout, can I do a shout out as well? Stephen
yeah, sure.
Larson. I listen to their podcasts, and
Fair play.
they're bloody great.
But
Carry
yeah,
on.
I've been avoiding news articles and videos like this because like I don't want to know who wins the Rumble or any surprise entrants in the Rumble, and like you have to kind of watch these videos to get through each topic. And like with like say Wrestle Talk TV, they'll like spoilers in 3, 2, anyway, and like it's just I've been avoiding news. So there's a lot of news this week that I'm a bit behind on. Which I'll tell you which ones are which when we get to them, but there are news that I do know bits about.
So if I go to mention the Rumble, you're going to be like, no!
If you mention the Rumble, I will shave your
Do
eyebrows.
you know what? If I go to mention the Rumble, I feel like you're going to end up being like, what's his name?
Daniel Bryan.
No. Brock Lesnar's manager.
Paul Heyman.
Paul Heyman, when Braun pulled down all the scaffolding. He's like, no! I reckon you're going to be like that, so I'll try not to. So where do we want to go first? We've got quite a few news stories in front of us at the moment.
I want to start with Curb Stomp. Thank God it's back. Like
So let's start off with Raw. Go.
Like, well, I don't want to start off with Raw too much. Like, I want to Raw, SmackDown, NXT,
Sure.
New Japan, whatever. But the Curb Stomp is back, baby! I'm so excited. It was when I saw it, I walked out. My girlfriend was asleep next to me, and like I watched her scream, and I just was like, "Oh my God, this is so beautiful!" Like, and then
Can I just say same? So Kerry was asleep as well. And I sat there, and I was live tweeting as well. So if you want to go, a little bit of a plug. If you want to go check out our Twitter, it's Running Wrestling. We'll be live tweeting during most live events of WWE. But I was live tweeting, and I absolutely marked out because I was just like, "Oh, this is you know how this is gonna go," and I just thought Finn Balor's gonna get the win or something. And then this happened, and I was like, "No! Oh my God! I've got my Seth Rollins shirt on right now." I'm just saying.
I'm not wearing any wrestling merch right now.
Boo.
So yeah. Well, no, I've lost my Bullet Club t-shirts.
Boo.
I lost them in the move.
One sweet.
I'm sorry.
One sweet, because we can't say too sweet.
Well, we can. The Young Bucks can't.
Yeah, but I reckon we might end up being. I reckon they're just gonna copyright it.
What
and
with the next?
Everyone.
With the next Matt and Nick Jackson.
Yeah, why not? No, imagine if they. It wouldn't surprise me if WWE did it to the crowd. You can't chant too sweet.
Wait, was it this week on Raw that like there was a guy sat in the front row wearing a cease and desist t-shirt?
I don't know. I haven't seen this.
I noticed it, and I know it was a guy sat in the front row. I'm going to quickly check like an old Raw. Well, I'm going to check a Raw YouTube video, just because, yeah.
Okay, you carry on, and I'll talk about the curb stomp a bit more then.
Like honestly, yeah, there is a guy literally sat in the front row wearing a cease and desist shirt, and it's brilliant. Like,
can you take a screenshot of this, and then when I edit this, I'll put it in the video.
Yes, that's a good shout.
Like Daniel Bryan, yes.
No,
yes.
Kevin Owens, yep.
Yep. Yep. But yeah, with the curb stomp, so we're only talking about this, and everyone marked out because the reason why this was obviously such a big thing was because it was a banned move, like the pile driver, like when Seth Rollins was throwing people into the barricade, obviously injuring Finn Balor, and then now the curb stomp's back. So
he never injured anyone with the curb stomp. Like, yeah, it looked brutal, but like, yeah, he never injured anyone with that move.
No, true.
Like, I felt after like the whole Triple H rivalry, him using the pedigree was still wrong. Like, I understand during the rivalry, like that's Triple H's finishing move. It's to annoy Triple H, but then keeping the pedigree, it just looked wrong.
But that was the time that they got rid of the curb stomp, weren't it? So I suppose that was kind of I bet. To be fair, wouldn't you? If you went right, I've got a rivalry just after with Triple H. You've got rid of my finisher that everyone loves. I want his finisher, and they go, fine. They must have gone, yeah, okay, you can have it.
Trying to find this, trying to find a suitable screenshot for the cease and desist guy, because it was brilliant.
Okay, well, we'll send it to me afterwards.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna stop stressing about it. But yeah, the
But
curb stomp, amazing.
but what you also said was the curb stomp hasn't caused anyone injuries.
Yep.
But speaking of injuries, segue.
Oh,
Whoa!
segue. 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 Boo boo. Segue. Sorry.
OTC. There's
we
a
need
few
one of them
more.
buttons.
So adding to the injury list at the moment, Jason Jordan actually didn't wrestle or touch anyone really this Raw because he's injured, which wasn't highly announced.
He touched me right in the ears because it felt like he was just punching my ears whenever I heard him speak or heard his theme song.
Oh, he's a great character though.
Oh, he plays his character well. He makes me not like him, and I just wish they kept him with Chad Gable because I can't stand Chad Gable at the moment.
Again, but are you meant to? Okay, so adding to the Jason Jordan's on the injury list. Obviously Samoa Joe's on it.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Samoa Joe. I just thought they were giving him some time off.
No, his right foot apparently is injured, so he won't be in the Rumble. We don't know about Jason Jordan whether he'll be ready in time for the Rumble. I'd imagine they will be. Otherwise, they're going to have to give up the belts, and that would suck so much if after all of this, Dean Ambrose is obviously injured.
Yeah.
Forgot about that. And then, but also as well, you spoke about it heavily last week. Paige is injured. Now, does this pose
Paige's
the question?
injury was a shock, though.
Paige's injury was obviously due to the whole Sasha thing. We're not going to touch on it. If you want to go check out what Matt spoke about it, the link will be in the description down below of our podcast last week, which Matt did predominantly himself. I had some contributions, but you did it.
It was pretty rubbish last week to say.
Nah, it's all good. It's all great content from us.
Always listen.
Hey,
well, to be fair, it is the most viewed and listened to. So
hey, all I'm saying is you can't have that mentality because Roman Reigns pointed out and said, if you don't think you're the best and coming in every single day and knowing or thinking you're the best, you've got the wrong mentality, and shouldn't be here.
Okay, bye.
And that's how I'm living this. Bye. That's fine. I'll do this on my own.
Just take my headset off, and then.
But yeah, so Paige is injured and out of the Women's Royal Rumble match. We are allowed to talk about that. Matt does know about this. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I did agree to this bit. So.
Stop. Yep, so you know about this. But it was obviously obvious, and Paige fans are absolutely marking out at the moment. Can I just say, anyone who's hating Sasha Banks at the moment, go fuck
you.
Yeah, go fuck yourselves. I'm sorry, we're allowed to swear at the moment because we're not monetized or anything, so I'm allowed to swear. But fuck you, because some of the people who are commenting on Sasha Banks' photos and that, saying go kill yourself, you injured Paige, that's horrible.
Like, I'm sorry, but I bet those are the type of people who marked out for Sasha versus Bayley, Sasha versus Charlotte, Sasha versus Becky, Sasha versus Asuka. List goes on. Like, I bet they marked out every one of those moments more than they marked out a page. Just saying.
Yeah, they probably did. But screw them people. But anyways, so what I want to quickly say is the injury front is obviously seeming to add up more and more and more. And I don't know whether it's because they didn't get a bit more time off over Christmas, but it seems as though this whole WWE schedule that they're doing is kind of shafting them over at the moment.
I would fake an injury so if I had to work on Christmas.
But none of them had Christmas off. All four that I mentioned worked over Christmas.
Yeah, I wouldn't fake an injury if I had to work Christmas. So.
Yeah, I'd imagine they got double pay. Surely.
Hopefully, you'd think that. Like,
you'd hope so.
But
well,
they're contracted, so.
True, but at the same time, Christmas might be on their contract. We don't know. We don't read their contracts. But either way, house shows and how much they're doing. Bearing in mind, I'm pretty sure the schedule is obviously. We'll just say Raw for now. Obviously, you do Raw on a Monday, and then you could do a house show, 2 or 3 times a week after that, and then possibly a pay-per-view at the end of the week, because there's obviously at least one every month for each brand. Now, if you think about it, that's wrestling 4 or 5 times a week. I don't even go to the gym 4 or 5 times a week because I need to recover.
True. I've never
So,
been to a gym in my life.
but you can understand. You can understand that. Imagine like doing anything 4 or 5 times a week. Like, say if you were like working really long days, it takes it out of you those 2 other days. But the thing is, say you worked a Monday to Friday job, you get 2 days off, and that's your 2 days to recover. But for them, this is their bodies. They're putting their bodies through
Yeah,
so
true.
much. They need more than 2 days off.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. When I did my wrestling training, like as soon as you start doing, like I did training of what, like sometimes up to 4 times a week, like slamming my body to a hard mat, and like you just get used to it. You just kind of get used to like 20 minutes a day. You just kind of, well, I did it, well, training 2 hours a day. But like when you're in a match, like you just have a 20-minute match, and like it's not like, and then you do your gym and stuff. Like, so it's not too much, but like I can see where they're coming from.
Yeah. I mean, but it's the injury count, and it's really vital people. This is the thing, Dean Ambrose obviously with the Shield, Jason Jordan obviously with the Shield. Samoa Joe just literally had such a great match, and then suddenly calls out John Cena, but then suddenly he's like, nope, I won't be in the Rumble. And then obviously Paige is one of the biggest female stars on the roster at the moment, so it just goes to show you how much the big stars are getting hurt at the moment.
Yeah, I get that. Oh, it looks like they moved the cease and desist guy from the front row.
Rude.
Rude, Bobby Roode. No, let's.
Speaking of Bobby Roode.
Yeah, US champ.
Segway!
Yeah.
Oh yeah, spoiler.
Well, to be fair, it happened on Tuesday.
Yeah,
so...
you shouldn't be listening to this unless you've at least watched Raw and SmackDown this week.
You shouldn't really listen to podcasts unless you're really all caught up.
Yeah, I make sure I'm always caught up whenever I watch videos or anything like that from external people.
I'm the worst.
The worst.
I'm literally the worst.
Why are you the worst?
Because I some weeks I don't stay caught up, and then other weeks I'm like really caught up, and like I have all the facts and stuff.
So anyways, the US title, how good was that on SmackDown this week? I was literally like sat there going, well, because they brought it forward, because we obviously thought the US title match was going to be at Royal Rumble, so I thought they were going to do one match this week, one match next week, and then the final would be at the Rumble, and then they went, nope, we're going to have the 2 semi-finals, and I thought, oh sweet, so they're going to do the 2 semi-finals this week, the final's going to be next week, Dolph Ziggler's going to return, blah 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 blah, and then this happens.
I kind of figured this was going to happen, like that it was not going to happen at the Rumble. I didn't think it would happen Tuesday just gone. I thought
it next week.
Tuesday. But like, because I know at the Rumble they've got 2 Rumble matches, and then 2 tag team title matches, then the 2 main title matches. Like it's quite a stacked card there. So like adding a US title match and an Intercontinental title match to it would just make the show just unbearably long. Like it's already like we've already WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Royal Rumble, and Survivor Series are all turning into 6-hour events now. Like 2-hour pre-show, 4-hour show, and well, no, WrestleMania is going to be even longer. It's going to be 8 hours this year, I think.
Well, Raw 25 is 5 hours.
Is it actually 5 hours?
5 hours long. It's meant to be.
What the fuck? No way. Sorry, I'm just finding this out. But
apparently, through the interweb of people, from what I've heard and from what I've read online, it's meant to be 5 hours.
Like, don't get me wrong, I'm well excited for 25, but 5 hours is too much. Like,
right. So let's go back. We'll go back to Raw 25 in a bit. So as we were talking about the US title and the Royal Rumble, I just quickly want to touch on. So at the moment, we obviously know the card as it stands. We've got the Women's Rumble, the Men's Rumble, Universal Title Triple Threat, the 2-on-1 handicap for the WWE title, the Raw Tag Team titles are on the line, the SmackDown titles are going to be on the line, no Intercontinental as of yet, no US title as of yet, no either women's title as of yet.
I think they're saving that because I think they're going to try and do the whole Raw Women's. Oh, which champion is she going to choose? And then yeah, but we all let's face it. After last week's Instagram post that I talked about last week's podcast, like it's heavily indicating that it's going to be Alexa Bliss who's going to face the Rumble winner. So whoever that may be, I don't know.
Asuka.
More than likely. Let's face it, undefeated.
True. Back to the US title, anyways. But sorry, actually, quickly before we move on to that, as long as it's not Ronda Rousey, I don't care. US title.
I would love for Ronda Rousey to be in it, but I don't want her to win it.
My point exactly. So the US title, obviously we had Mojo versus Jinder, which Mojo should have won.
Don't hinder the Jinder.
I honestly wanted Mojo versus... Oh no, wait. Mojo faced Bobby Roode, sorry. Mojo, Bobby Roode versus... And it was Xavier Woods and Jinder. See, I wanted Mojo versus Xavier in the final, and I didn't get it.
Next week. No, I wanted it to be Jinder versus Xavier. Well, no, that was the match. Oh my god, no, I wanted Xavier to be in the final against one of the two because just the New Day are just hilarious to watch.
Oh, when they started throwing the pancakes at the Singh brothers, mwah, great booking. They're just so funny.
Like, what? Why? What's with the pancakes at the moment? I'm not. Like, I know they've got the Bootios and stuff, but pancakes have just come out of nowhere, really, haven't they?
I think Bootio started to get a bit sour, so they're like, you know what? Breakfast. Pancakes.
Pancakos.
And I'm not being funny, but they have the best crowd reaction anyways. Even if they're literally doing nothing, they can literally just throw pancakes into the crowd. No other wrestler on the WWE at the moment has that interaction with the crowd. The only person who probably does is close enough is The Miz for when he goes, Miz TV, and everyone at the same time does it.
Yeah. I love The Miz. I have a lot of love for The Miz. I want a Miz t-shirt. Ryan, buy me a Miz t-shirt.
No, you're getting a shirt at Progress for your birthday. So unless The Miz is there, which I highly doubt. Well, it would surprise me at the moment, actually, because
the wrestling world's crazy.
Have you seen how many WWE wrestlers are doing indie shows at the moment?
Jack Gallagher
versus Pete Dunne.
Yep. Pete Dunne being another WWE superstar who's doing them as well.
The thing is, with Pete Dunne and that, because they're part of the UK title, I can understand. But Jack Gallagher is signed to 205, so that's what I didn't understand.
But he is British.
True, but he's not on the UK title scene.
But this is like, remember Noam Dar? He went back to ICW for a show.
True.
Shug's house party, and Jack Gallagher was very heavily in Progress, so they allowed him to go do a show with Progress. So like they're allowing superstars who come from their roots to go to their previous promotions. I'm not saying that Seth Rollins is going to end up doing a surprise match in Ring of Honor, because that's never going to fucking happen with WWE. But like, if it like say their level of like Noam Dar, Jack Gallagher, well, that level in general, just like, yeah, they're more probably welcome to go. Yeah, just go to your back. Just do one match.
But Apollo Crews is wrestling an indie show soon.
Is he?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Apollo Crews. Yeah, I saw it announced on Twitter. He's announced to do like an indie show soon. I was just like, that's so random. Right, we keep going off topic. US title. So it's Bobby Roode versus Jinder.
Oh shit!
We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that more in a minute. We need to get
PCW. Oh shit!
We need to get US title out of the way. US title. So it was Jinder versus Bobby Roode in the final. After Bobby Roode stands there and says, "Jinder, you want me right now? Come and get it." And then Jinder's like, "No, I'll do it in my own time." And then Daniel Bryan out of nowhere does his... Daniel Bryan's gimmick at the moment is brilliant. Where he's literally... People are saying one thing and he'll be like, "That's a great idea! Let's do that!" And it's fantastic.
Although, on Smackdown this week, they didn't really touch on the Shane and Daniel rivalry as much as like other weeks. Like I was
I
tuning in
think the
for it.
I think the main focus was meant to be the US title this week because I don't think they're going to do much with it at the Rumble. So therefore, I think they're going to do something really quick with the US title next week. But I think the main focus will be obviously Daniel, Shane, Kevin, AJ, Sammy, Randy, Shinsuke.
Take a breath, Ryan. It's okay. Have a glass of water. Sit down. Like just take a breather, right? All right.
Yeah, all of them people.
Yep.
But I reckon that's going to be their focus next week.
I'm very heavily interested in the Brian McMahon storyline again. Like, it's just I love Daniel Bryan against the Authority. It's just one of them things, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Like, And let's talk about memorable moments quickly again, because like memorable moments, Curb Stomp last week and like Daniel Bryan this week. Just it's becoming funny. Like it's literally like a WWE official has listened and went, okay, here we go. So,
but saying that, when I was looking online at some of the viewing figures, Raw was up on viewing figures this week. However, Smackdown was down again.
I still think Raw should go down to 2 hours again because 2 hours would be fun. See, I'm really like SmackDown's really good. Like 2 hours suits it perfectly. Like I don't get bored. Like it always leaves me wanting a little bit more. Which I think wrestling should be. It always leaves you wanting. Like it should be a cliffhanger, so you tune in next week. So you mentioned in Raw 25, like what, like 5 hours? What? Like the promos have been brilliant. They've promoted it well with the returns of which we'll get into, the returns, the hype, and matches that have already been announced. Already looking great. You saying it's 5 hours just makes me scared that it's going to be like a normal Raw show. If it was 3 hours, it would be so jam-packed and it would be brilliant because it's what the fans want. They want a jam-packed show that leaves them wanting more.
So little before we do a little segue into Raw 25 because we are going to talk about that. Literally,
That was quite a big segue.
I know, but the original point was SmackDown Live viewing figures are down again. So on the 2nd of the start of this month, they were 2,720,000. Then they dropped down to 2,603,000 last week, and then they dropped by 1,000 this week to 2,602,000. So I don't know what's happening with SmackDown for it, but that's the thing though, because you said people are struggling to tune in to 3 hours of Raw, but their numbers are going up and SmackDown's are going down.
Yeah, but like, what Raw is going on like the most viewed people at one time.
True.
Like, I doubt, like, if you look at like the 3 hours.
Oh yeah, the third and final hour is definitely where people drop off.
Yeah, like 2 hours, like, is enough.
True.
Like, I was watching it. I was like, they've got to keep me entertained. Like, the only thing that kept me tuning in was the fact that Paige was the second to last thing on Raw TV this week, and yeah, that was like very disappointing because they were just like, Paige will be missing the Rumble this week, and even though we all know why, they're just like, oh, because she's just a little injury, nothing major.
Well, anyways, that was only meant to be a quick little segment away from it because we were going to segue. So if we skip back a bit, you mentioned Raw 25. Raw 25 is coming up. Right, do you want me to have a go at one time trying to go through one breath? I'm going to try and go through all the people who are meant to be.
So I'm going to time it. Give me a second. Let me get my timer up so I can.
Are you ready, brother?
So,
I'm ready, brother.
I said, "Are you ready?" Go.
Oh no, you got to give me 3, 2, 1.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Go.
Brother Love, Eric Bischoff, Harvey Whippleman, Howard Finkel, Jerry Lauder, Jim Ross, Jonathan Coachman, John Bradshaw Layfield, John Laurinaitis, Lillian Garcia, Teddy Long, Terry Runnels, the Bella Twins, Boogeyman, the Brooklyn Brawler, Chris Jericho, Christian, D-Generation X, the Dudley Boys, the Godfather, Jacqueline, Kelly, Maria Kanellis, Michelle McCool, Montel Porter, the New Age Outlaws, Ric Flair, Ron Simmons, Scott Hall, $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, Tori Wilson, Trish Stratus, Undertaker, and William Regal.
27 seconds, point 36.
I'm quite happy with that.
Yeah, I'm impressed. Like,
did I say Kevin Nash in that? Oh, good, because he's pulled out.
just wish someone did when they were having him.
Oh! Not a big Kevin Nash fan.
Last week I mentioned how I confronted Wolfgang and called him a shit Kevin Nash, even though the real Kevin Nash is shit Kevin Nash. But anyway, let's talk about one name you mentioned in that the people returning. And no, it's not Stone Cold Steve Austin. It is
The Godfather.
Chris Jericho.
I was just looking forward to The Godfather.
Oh, because the whole train is coming to town. I get it.
Chris Jericho. Really big news that he's coming back.
I was very shocked when I found out that he was coming back from one of our own tweets. That was live tweeted from Ryan.
Yes.
So even I find out news here. But yeah, I was just like, what? No.
Yeah.
Really?
No.
So
obviously he's getting New Japan money. He's getting Fozzy money. He's getting the boat money. The Cruiser Jericho, baby. And now he's getting WWE money again to return for Raw 25.
You forgot one. He's getting Pro Wrestling Tees money as well.
Pro Wrestling Tees, brother.
We're not even sponsored by Pro Wrestling Tees. I just wanted to make sure we cover all the facts.
Yeah, true.
So Chris Jericho is probably one of the most loaded wrestlers, except for John Cena, out there at the moment.
Did you listen to his podcast with Kenny?
I have not yet. It's on my list. Trust me, I have a list. I have a list like Jericho. I've got the list of podcasts and stuff I need to watch, listen, and read.
Does this come out like Chris Jericho new podcast episode with Kenny Omega? You just made the list of things I need to catch up with.
Yep, literally that's how it happened. You got it word for word. Were you there?
I was behind you.
Oh, really? Why didn't you say hey man? Because I haven't seen each other in a while.
Because I'm the boogeyman and I come to get you.
Let's talk about the boogeyman real quick. Is he actually gonna show up? Because let's talk about an incident that happened with him a year or two ago. So Hope Wrestling in Mansfield / Leicester. It was Mansfield that he was booked for, because they weren't associated with Leicester then. But Hope Wrestling booked him, gave him a deposit and stuff of I don't know, £500 or something, quite a lot of money, and they had contact with him. He missed his flight, so they tried he missed, air quotes, missed his flight, and he actually never came over and did the show, and yet he never returned the deposit money. Yeah, and he still hasn't to this day. He blocked me on Twitter, because I questioned it, because I was working with House of Pain, being associated with them at the time, and I tweeted going, it's honestly disrespectful seeing such a up and coming British wrestling scene get disrespected in the way like this. And yeah, he blocked me on Twitter for it. But so will he actually show up?
Yes, because it's the WWE, and they'll sue his ass if he doesn't show up. And because I can't wait for the moment that he comes out and Booker T's reaction. Because I'm sorry, but you know when we said at the start of this year, feuds that we want to, or we want more feuds. Booker T and the Boogeyman was a great feud.
It was. So what's going to happen on Raw 25? Are we not going to have the only commentator we're going to have is, we're going to have to get Byron Saxton and Tom Phillips in.
Yeah, because Michael Cole's still injured.
Booker T is coming for, Boogeyman's coming for Booker T. Braun Strowman, Michael Cole will probably want to run away from Braun Strowman.
That was a great
Corey Graves just gets on with everyone unless Enzo Amore smacks him in the mouth.
That was great this week.
Byron Saxton's probably just going to get insulted. The only person that doesn't insult Byron Saxton is Tom Phillips, because Tom Phillips gets insulted himself.
Corey Graves just insults everyone.
I fucking love Corey Graves. I tune in just for Corey Graves. When they announced him for Smackdown as well, I was very happy.
I just don't like Booker T. That's all I'm saying. I just don't like Booker T.
I can't stand Booker T. I like him as a wrestler, as a commentator. I can't stand his voice. What's his thing? Where he's just
he flip-flops about everyone as well.
Yeah, he's quack 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 or something all the time.
I don't know. We're going off topic again. Raw 25. See, he Booker T would have been actually in Raw 25 if he was an announcer. But all of those names are fantastic.
Can Stone Cold take Booker T to the shopping mall and just like beat him up again?
Wait, I'm reading this off of Bleacher Report, which was posted yesterday. There was one name on there that I didn't say that he is announced to be there though. Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, I think they're trying to keep Hulk Hogan a secret.
Oh, is he meant to be like a surprise one?
I think so, because obviously, like with the whole racism thing, sex tape thing, like obviously they released him then for that, and then like obviously connections have been built up again, and like obviously everyone loves Hulk Hogan. Yeah, return.
Yes.
I think surprise return's gonna happen. If anything, the only way they can make his return happen is if he's the first person to come out that night.
No, I think they're just going to do a really stereotypical WWE thing and just not say anything. I think he's meant to be like a surprise one to come. I think he's going to be, because they know he's going to get a pop.
Oh yeah, definitely, because like Hulk Hogan's wrestling. Like, let's face it, Hulk Hogan is the household name for wrestling. Like, let me just turn around and ask my girlfriend right now, babe, do you know who Hulk Hogan is? Yeah, she already knows. See, like she's not a massive wrestling fan like I am.
Yeah, but it's the same as everyone. Like, even when I said to my parents that I was watching wrestling again, they were like, "Oh, is Hulk Hogan still going?" No.
Yeah, like everyone knows who Hulk Hogan is, and so like from kids to adults to elderly, like to the dead, like everyone knows who he is.
So a lot of names on there. William Regal is like a really funny one because obviously he still works for the WWE.
Please tell me please tell me he will come out in the makeup and lipstick thing like he did that one time.
Maybe.
I hope so.
When
you know who should?
Go on.
Who should return as well as William Regal? Eugene.
That was fun. That was you would not get away with that today's society.
Yeah, but Eugene, come on, he's wrestling.
But the thing is, you would not get away with it in today's society.
How do we still allow Gilbert then?
No, Gilbert isn't allowed. Oh no, Gilbert's just making fun out of an individual, whereas Eugene was someone who was meant to be, like autistic or something like that. Was meant to have special needs. That's.
Well, you've got Eric Bischoff, you've got William Regal. Get fucking Eugene.
No, they won't allow Eugene. WWE would not allow Eugene because
if Eugene turns up.
I'm not being funny. But the press would go ham on WWE for bringing him back.
Right now, if Eugene returns, you have to change your Twitter handle to something of my choosing for a week.
Deal.
If he does, yeah, and if he doesn't, I'll do a Twitter handle of your choosing for a week.
Deal.
Yeah, deal. You heard it here first.
Twitter bet. And if you want to go check out our Twitters, mine is at Ryan Beak.
Mine's at Matthew Afton with one T in Matthew, But everything will be in the description below, so you'll be able to follow us.
Yes, it will. So we've got all of these legends coming. But speaking of legends, dun dun dun. Hall of Fame first member has already been announced, and you mentioned Gilbert, but Goldberg. I just imagine all.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Goldberg.
I hope. Do you know what? I hope Gilbert introduces him.
The only person I reckon who will actually induct him will be Vince or Booker T.
Booker T's a good shout. Vince is a very good shout.
Because like they're the only two I can picture. Like anyone else, like Ultimate Warrior's dead.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Jericho, I don't think is a fan.
I don't think he'll turn up to WWE Hall of Fame.
William Regal definitely will not, because William Regal, didn't he just no sell any of Goldberg's moves and got in deep shit for it?
I don't know, but Goldberg obviously didn't get along with a lot of people back in the day. That's why he wanted one last comeback as well as letting his son see him wrestle. So,
well, yeah, True.
But yeah, so he's the first inductee. But apparently, also meant to be inducted are the Dudley Boys.
Yep, that makes
That
sense.
makes sense, especially because but Bubba apparently had his last match at Final Battle at Ring of Honor.
Yeah, his tweet was very cryptic
Mm.
about it. So, but I'm not gonna put money on it
No.
because like Bubba, it's Bubba. He's surprising. So
It really wouldn't surprise me if WWE tried to hire him to do something. But I mean,
well, I know Devon works as a production
Yeah,
assistant
yeah.
backstage. So like Bubba probably creative or something.
yeah, maybe not. Maybe. Oh, hopefully, because especially if they put him on SmackDown. SmackDown needs it.
Oh yes. Like I just wish WWE allowed like old wrestlers to have control of creative because it's them, it's their story, it's their career. Like I don't want a man who's never stepped in a wrestling ring, or they probably have, but never taken a bump or anything.
Mm.
Writing stories like it just doesn't make sense. But anyway, getting off topic.
Keep going forward. So Goldberg's meant to be introduced to it, but also some news about Goldberg as well. So I read this online, but apparently he is set to join Chris Jericho over in New Japan. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me, but I don't see it happening.
Who would he face?
Anyone.
Because New Japan won't let him walk out with a championship.
Oh no, he
Like-
wouldn't. It wouldn't be a championship run.
He wouldn't go against Okada and win the belt.
So-
like that would be a massive slap in the face for
This
Okada.
this was from the Wrestling Observer newsletter. So from the Wrestling Observer himself, Mr. Dave Meltzer, that
Meltzer driver.
that former
Sorry.
WWE Universal Champion Goldberg was in talks with New Japan Wrestling about coming in for big shows, e.g., doing a Chris Jericho. However, him appearing on the promotion, I don't think is likely because he's going into the WWE Hall of Fame. So that means that he has to sign a short-term deal with WWE, basically to do some stuff for the Hall of Fame, and then so maybe he'll do it next year.
All I'm going to say is Ric Flair on this matter.
Is what?
All I'm going to say is Ric Flair on this
Oh
matter.
yeah, that was TNA.
Yep.
Very good point. Very good point, son.
Very good point. But then again, when he joined, like, I'm annoyed that he did wrestling in TNA. Like, I'm annoyed that Shawn Michaels wasn't his final match. Like, it's a massive slap in the face for Shawn Michaels, I think. But the thing he did with Jay Lethal was just brilliant.
I didn't watch any. I didn't watch any of it. I don't have.
I'm going to say this. Like, as soon as this podcast stopped recording, I want do it right now. Load up Jay Lethal, Ric Flair, like they cut a promo. Actually, I'll find the video. I want you to load it up, and then after the podcast,
Do you know something I need to
gonna listen
do?
to it.
Ric Flair has had probably the best matches in ratings from Dave Meltzer himself, and I'm not a big fan of his system, but everyone says that Ric Flair's old matches are like some of the best they've ever watched, like especially for the time that they came about, and I don't know why, I just can't see him having like the Kenny Omega matches or the Okada matches or the Seth Rollins matches or anything like that. So I need to go back and watch these matches and actually like think and go, well, and see how good he was back in his prime.
he's primitive.
Yes.
But yeah, like I've sent you the link now, so you need to watch that because that is one of the most historic promos I think in recent memory. Because like if you're listening to the podcast and unsure whether to comment below whenever we've asked you to, I'm begging you right now, please tell me you know about the Jay Lethal Ric Flair
If not, go watch it.
promo. Link in description below.
So we were talking about, obviously you just said about obviously TNA and all that. Well, now that they're now Impact, aren't they?
GFW Impact or something.
I'm just going to say Impact, GFW, I don't.
Yeah, Impact.
Global Force is
Whoever owns Impact, because next week it might be RIW Impact. Who knows?
ICW Impact, Defiant Impact, whoever. So they've had quite a lot of stars leaving.
But they've had stars return.
They have, but we'll talk about the ones
Well-
leaving for now, and that includes a Mr. EC3.
Rockstar Spud.
Yep.
James Storm.
Candice LeRae.
James Storm.
James Storm.
Mentioning him.
So,
Just see.
so possibly.
Oh my god!
What?
I just realised we could have beer money in WWE. Beer money. James Storm and Bobby Roode. That would be amazing again to have. Sorry, carry on.
My point was that they've had quite a lot of stars leave just before the Royal Rumble. So that could indicate that they could be entering the Royal Rumble. And this isn't a spoiler, these are just rumours. So we are allowed to talk about it.
Well, we already kind of knew Rockstar Spud was in talks with WWE about joining 205 Live. Yes. So I'm not going to be shocked if Rockstar Spud rocks up. But EC3 I'm not going to be too shocked either, because Rockstar Spud tweeted out on his personal Twitter, like, we've got a whole universe to conquer.
True.
And like that, if that does not scream they're coming to WWE, then what else does? Like,
so, question. It's a very good question. EC3. So I've seen a few of his matches over in TNA, but literally mainly highlights. Or sorry, Impact. I'm just going to say Impact now. Obviously, he left WWE to go over there. Does he come back at the Rumble and join the main roster, or does he go to the Performance Center and make his name in NXT to re-establish himself in WWE?
I have the answer. I think I have the answer.
No, well, it's not the answer. I'm looking for your opinion.
Well, I think it is the answer and the opinion that everyone needs. But he's going to go back to NXT because he was never on the main roster when in his first. Like, he had a few appearances on Smackdown, maybe one match on Smackdown, but he was part of the NXT when it was the game show. So and he was Daniel Bryan's rookie. So if he does come up to the main roster, he'll be on SmackDown, and I guess he'll be like Derek Bateman again. I don't know, or he'll go to NXT again, re-establish himself as EC3, and then work his way back up, and then join Raw or SmackDown. Because by the time he'd go up to the main roster, Daniel Bryan's contract will be out, and it'll probably be the time of All In.
Yeah, true. Be around that time. It's not bad.
See, the answer.
It's not the answer. It's an opinion, because if WWE sign him, then it would just be like, right, we'll go to NXT. I don't think he's an established name yet to just be back in the Royal Rumble. However, so I'm pretty sure Bobby Lashley has left at Impact, hasn't he? I could be wrong.
I've heard something similar. Yeah.
1 minute, let me just type that in. Bobby Lashley.
Bobby Lashley. Maybe he's just joined Donald Trump.
Cage Side Seats has said that Bobby Lashley. You don't mention that name on here. It's like Voldemort. Bobby Lashley also looks to be done with Impact Wrestling. This was done by Cage Side Seats, and is obviously following Chris Adonis and EC3. See, Bobby Lashley is a huge name to suddenly return for the Rumble.
Oh yeah, definitely, because obviously we've got the historic hair versus hair match at WrestleMania 23 that Bobby Lashley was against Umaga for.
ECW.
ECW. Well, I wouldn't. Yeah, his ECW time was all right, I guess. But yeah, no. Anyone who knows Bobby Lashley would be for the WrestleMania 23 match, hair versus hair. Vince's hair versus Donald Trump's hair, and Vince lost his hair.
Yeah, Bobby Lashley was. I think he was very much pushed straight to the top of the card, like another Roman Reigns, but faster, and that's why I think that he didn't really get over as much. I think he was pushed a bit too quick.
Like Santino Marella got a bigger pop when he came out the crowd and beat Umaga. Well, although Bobby Lashley helped.
True.
Like,
very true.
He still got a bigger pop. What is your name? Santino Marella. That very bad accent.
If Santina Marella comes out for the Women's Royal Rumble, so many people are going to be pissed. It's going to be a James Ellsworth all over again.
It'll be the James Ellsworth, yeah. Or if Val Venus returns, that's going to set feminists are right off.
True.
Like, what's happening, ladies? Reveals Tao forgot to put his wrestling gear on.
So as we're entering towards the end of the podcast now, we're going to play a game at the end. You can play along as well at home if you're listening to this, obviously, because you can just shout them out. We won't know if you've got any right, but you can comment and tell us if you got any right. You might not have, you might have, but you might have cheated, so you might just say 50 out of 50, 30 out of 30, whatever. So we're going to quiz each other, and I picked a quiz for you.
Yay.
Sorry.
It's like being back at school. Pop quiz.
Pop quiz.
Oh,
We're in the UK. We don't do pop quizzes.
We just get that one kid who goes, "Oh, you've got our homework."
And you just want to hit.
That was Ryan. That was Ryan, by the
definitely
way,
not me.
at school.
I was the kid. Sorry, just to come away from this. I was always the kid that said, "I've already given it to you, and I've not done it."
Oh yeah, everyone was that kid.
Exactly.
If we hadn't done it.
Right, so my quiz for you, based on the Rumble being next week, next Sunday, and we're going to do a podcast about the Royal Rumble next Saturday, so make sure you're tuned in for that. Mine's based on the Royal Rumble, and your quiz is...
The WWE champions, the past 50 champions that there have been, who've held, 50 people who've held the WWE
Have
championship.
there been exactly 50
There's also-
people now?
There has been exactly 50 people.
Oh, that's going to annoy me when they have 51.
Well, they're not on 51 yet, so
Okay, brother.
but soon. Anyway, who's going first?
I would do rock, paper, scissors, but we can't. Doesn't work like that.
So I'm gonna say you go first for answering my questions.
Okay, that's fine. Right, I'm going to...
So I've got a 3-minute timer set for Ryan. I'm going to count him in for it, and then Ryan will give me answers.
before we get into that, I get 3 minutes because there's 50 answers for yours.
Yep.
There's 30 technically less for mine, so you're only getting 2 minutes.
Yep, that's fine. So that's fine with me. So like there have been 50 people. So yeah, I will be going along. If you don't have to get them in order or anything, Ryan. You just have to tell me. And I'll give you a mark if you get it correct.
Okay, and obviously, if we're both starting to struggle, that's when we start going like hinting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
Right.
that's fine. So, 3, 2, 1, go.
AJ Styles, John
Yeah.
Cena,
Yeah.
Roman Reigns.
Yep.
Randy Orton, obviously. Triple H.
Yep.
Bray Wyatt, Jinder
Yep.
Mahal,
Yep.
Ric Flair,
Yep.
Shawn Michaels,
Yep.
Hulk Hogan, Big
Yep.
Show, Daniel
Yep.
Bryan, Dean
Yep.
Ambrose, Seth Rollins,
Yep.
Brock Lesnar. He must have held it at some point, surely.
So you have to use the correct
Brock
name.
Lesnar. Who else have we got? I'm trying to think of current roster at the moment, then go back to legends more. I'm just going to say Mick Foley, Undertaker, Kane.
Yep. And yep.
Rey Mysterio, Eddie Guerrero,
Yep.
Chris Benoit. Ooh, sorry. Had
Yep.
to mention it. Are you counting
Wait.
how many I've got, by the way?
Yeah, I'm marking
Okay,
down.
that's
And no to Chris Benoit.
Oh, is he not? Fair enough. Okay. Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
Shane hasn't, has he? I'm going to say Shane anyway. No,
Nope.
I don't think he had, because he had the Extreme title. Why can I not think of anyone else? I've obviously said Ric
Just think
Flair.
old school.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to go for, and then suddenly my mind goes blank. Jeff Hardy.
Yeah.
Sheamus. That's
Yep.
such a random one. Because I'm thinking Money in the Bank. I'm getting stuck here. Help. Give me a hint to one.
Think old school. Like think of Hall of Famers.
There's a lot of Hall of Fame. Oh, Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
Don't cough down your mic.
I'm sorry.
Horrible for our listeners.
Come on, there's some huge names that I'm surprised you've not.
I know,
got
but your mind just goes blank at this point, doesn't it? So.
Yeah, but like you just like it's mental.
Give me a hint.
Like
Give me
you'll
a
kick
hint.
yourself. I don't know how. Like
Come on.
there's so many. One of the worst commentators
Oh,
ever.
Booker T.
No, surprisingly not.
Oh, Jerry Lawler.
No,
He's won it, has he?
no, he has
Oh,
not. He's never won it.
Okay. Oh, Stone Cold, The Rock.
Yes, yes. 8,
X-Pac.
7, 6, 5. X-Pac has not won it.
Okay, Michael Cole.
Time's up.
That's fair enough.
So you got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 26 out of 50.
Oh, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I would like. So let me run you through the list and stuff.
Or
So,
don't go for all 50. Just
So no,
Hi-
I'll do
highlights
it.
them.
Time me. I can do it.
no, just highlight it. Just
No, time
highlight
me.
them. No, because
Time me.
we've
I'll-
done it.
I'm gonna time myself then
Why?
because I want the answers to so people know.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
Buddy Rogers, Bruno Sammartino, Ivan Koloff, Pedro Morales, Stan Statsky, Superstar Billy Graham, Bob Backlund, Iron Sheik, Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant, Randy Savage, Ultimate Warrior, Sergeant Slaughter, Undertaker, Ric Flair, Bret Hart, Yokozuna, Diesel, Shawn Michaels, Sid, Stone Cold, Kane, Rock, Mankind, Triple H, Vince, Big Show, Kurt Angle, Chris Jericho, Brock Lesnar, Eddie Guerrero, JBL, John Cena, Edge, RVD, Randy Orton, Jeff Hardy, Batista, Sheamus, The Miz, CM Punk, Rey Mysterio, Alberto Del Rio, Daniel Bryan, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, AJ Styles, Bray Wyatt, Jinder Mahal.
30.45. Stop breathing down your mic.
I got
as well.
20. I just sighed.
Yeah, it's down your mic. It's well bad.
You sighed down your mic earlier. Play it back.
30.45.
I got 28.53, but oh well.
Difference.
Somewhere around
20.
there.
We'll say 29.
Still like
29 on the dot.
I'll say 30 seconds. Yeah. But yeah, fairly good.
Sweet. Your turn for my quiz, and it's Royal Rumble
Right.
winners. So you've got 2 minutes.
Lovely.
In 3, 2, 1, go.
John Cena,
Yes.
Alberto Del Rio,
Yes.
Sheamus, Batista, Randy
Yes.
Orton, Rey Mysterio,
Yes.
Stone Cold Steve Austin,
Yes.
Vince McMahon,
Yes.
Shawn Michaels, Hulk Hogan,
Yes.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan,
Yes.
Triple
Wait. Oh, yeah.
H,
It was the first one. Yeah.
Triple H, Edge,
Yes.
The Rock,
Yes. You haven't got many more people yet left.
Roman Reigns,
Yes.
who else?
There was a double winner in 1994.
Double winner. Oh, Bret Hart and British Bulldog.
No, you got it right with Bret Hart, but it's not.
Owen Hart.
No. Think more muscles.
Oh, Lex
Yes.
Luger.
See, I can be helpful.
Chris Jericho. Big Show didn't win. Kurt Angle.
Chris Jericho didn't win either.
Chris Benoit.
Yes.
The Miz wouldn't have won it. Surely
No.
not. Who won like 10 years ago?
Think 2003. Think UFC and WWE.
Brock
Yes.
Lesnar.
I
Oh,
think
this is
you're
actually
I
tough.
think you're only missing 1 or 2 now.
This is tough. Ric Flair.
Yeah, you've had him. You said him earlier.
Oh, have I? Oh, did I? Okay.
The year after, very big guy from Japan.
Yokozuna.
And I'm
seriously win
pretty
it?
sure that's it. There we go. Time is done.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yokozuna actually win?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Well, it says on my quiz he did.
Fair
So,
enough.
in order of years from 1988 from 2017, I'm just going to do the same as you, but I don't mind about timing myself.
Yeah.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Big John Studd, Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair, Yokozuna, Bret Hart and Lex Luger, Shawn Michaels, Steve Austin, Vince McMahon, The Rock, Steve Austin, Triple H, Brock Lesnar, Chris Benoit, Batista, Rey Mysterio, The Undertaker, John Cena, Randy Orton, Edge, Alberto Del Rio, Sheamus,
Undertaker.
John Cena, Batista, Roman Reigns, Triple H, and the Viper, Randy Orton. So that brings us to the end of the pod. You didn't miss any off there, did you?
I missed Undertaker and Big John Studd.
Oh yeah, of course you did. I thought you said the Undertaker right at the beginning. I could be wrong. We'll go back. I'll go back and listen to it anyways.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're coming towards the end of the podcast, so thank you everyone for listening. It's been a good one. I've enjoyed talking about.
It's been a long one.
I've been enjoying THIW.
A few. We need more views. What? Once every month we should do a few.
Maybe if people subscribe to us and maybe we had more of a following on all of our social medias and people commented saying they want more, we'll do more. So we'll do more than one, or we'll do something. We'll do like a podcast a week and then do extra episodes of something. Maybe. Or one of us will.
But thank God it's over. Phew. Anyway, I've been Matt. You're running Wrestling Champ. Follow me on Twitter.
Predictions Champ.
Predictions Champ. I'm the champ. They know I'm the champ. Follow me on Twitter to make sure you get to see all the bragging rights that I held over Ryan. And yeah.
At the moment. Because we do have the Royal Rumble coming up, and which I have.
And you're going to lose?
I'm not going to lose this one. I'm not going to lose this one. But you're going to lose for Raw 25 anyways, because Eugene is not going to show up. Anyways, I've been Ryan Beak live here from the Kent Run-In Studios. You've been Matt from the Leicester Run-In Studios. Make sure you're checking out all of our social media. It's Running Wrestling everywhere. Of course, you're listening to this on YouTube at the moment. Make sure you're subscribing, commenting, liking, sharing, everything. Telling your friends all about it. Telling your nan about it, because we love you, nan. Not your nan, Matt, but the viewers' nans.
What's Pauline ever done to
Pauline.
you? Fucking
I love
hell.
that. My mum's middle name is Pauline. Just to let you know. And thank you very much for listening. Bye. That was very loud at the end. Ta-da!